So you want to get into the world of high ticket sales, but it seems super overwhelming, a lot of stuff to learn, right? Well, today I'm going to be walking you through literally the basic of the basic, the very beginning methodologies that you need to understand when jumping into the world of high ticket sales. Let's jump into it. Welcome to the Remote Closing Academy. So we're going to try to keep it super basic and simple in this one, guys. We're going to go over three main concepts. So three concepts that actually helped Charles make $98,000 in commissions in a single month, only from doing high ticket sales for 6 months. And also that helped Aiden make $10,000 in his third month at only 17 years old. So literally, guys, it is possible for anyone. And by the end, I promise you, you will have a much better understanding overall of what needs to be done and the first steps that you need to make in your remote closing and high ticket sales journey. Now, you got to promise me something. I want you to stick with me throughout this entire video, even though we're not going to go over anything crazy like in depth with scripts or call reviews, but for you to be able to make the big bucks, we're talking $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month, you need to understand the basics. And these are, I'll say, mandatory pieces of information and knowledge that you need to demonstrate in order for a company to even want to hire you. So let's go ahead and break down these three concepts. Number one is you need to fully understand why humans are buying in the first place when they're buying a product or service. Now, this is where most beginners and even some experienced salespeople really mess up, is that the common misconception is that people buy because of you, that's selling it, or the product or the company, or even because the case studies, right? Other people seeing success. Well, okay, cool, Aaron. Then why do people actually buy things? Now, I want you to get out a sticky note, piece of paper, whatever, put it out in plain sight and just put it in front of you to remind yourself. Here it is. People buy states of being, both on an emotional and a surface level. Now, when I say states, really what I'm saying is that people are buying their desired end result. They're buying the thing that helps them get to that end result. So put differently, every person has a current surface level and emotional situation and a desired surface level and emotional situation. So this is gonna make sense in a second, I promise. Let's take an example of aspirin. When you buy an aspirin, right, you aren't buying it because it's an aspirin, right? It's the brand of aspirin. You're buying it because your current situation is that you have a headache. You feel bad, right? Which leads to the discomfort inside. Your desired situation, however, is to not have headaches and to ease that pain. That's why you take the aspirin, to get from where you were having a headache to where you are or where you want to be, which is to not have a headache and ease the pain. Now, this other example should drive the point home, and that is coffee, right? You don't buy Folgers, the coffee brand, to increase their brand equity and get them more money, right? You buy it because your current situation is feeling tired, unproductive, groggy, right? There's literal merch that people sell because they need to have their morning coffee. You're buying the desired situation of being more alert, more happy, and more productive. Now, we're talking about aspirin and coffee, but how does this all relate back to sales? Well, when the path of least resistance, write this down, when the path of least resistance from your current situation to desired situation is the thing that you're selling, the prospects will buy. So if you were to sell aspirin, someone has a headache, they're gonna buy to get out of that. Now, let me know down in the comments if those analogies are helping you understand. It makes sense in my head. So the second concept is that you need to have a very thorough understanding of what are called emotional states. Now, we covered states, but these are emotional states. We covered the surface level just a second ago, but if you really dig into the emotional side, this is where the average salesperson is differentiated from the best in the game. So really focus in here. Now, there are 6 emotional states that you want to know deep down. So the 6 emotional states that you need to know deep down to your core are these 6: certainty, variety, significance, growth, contribution, and love and connection. Now, I got all these from Tony Robbins, but again, these are just very critical in your success in sales, and I want to give credit where credit's due. So let's break them down. Certainty is knowing exactly what is happening in every aspect of your life, financially, spiritually, emotionally, etc. Variety is having the ability to change things up and not live the exact same way every single day. Significance is, in the word, is feeling significant and knowing what you're doing is actually making a difference in someone else's life or in your life. Growth is actually progressing forward in your life, career, etc. It's not staying stagnant in the exact same spot year over year. Contribution is being able to truly provide for the ones that you love, and love and connection is having the people in your life truly love you and connect with them genuinely. Now, I'm assuming you're writing this down with me, so I want you to, on the paper that have those 6 down, I want you to circle significance and certainty, because those two, if you can sell on those two, they're always going to be the most powerful. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and break down the 6 emotional states in a real world example. I busted out the fancy iPad to break down some diagrams for you guys. And I think the easiest way for me to explain this is going to be to talk about like an entrepreneur on the revenue roller coaster. We call it, I'll talk about in a real estate agent example because I used to work with real estate agents. But really where most closers or salespeople go wrong is they stay in this section here, right? They stay in the service level situation and the service level destination, which are things like, inconsistent lead flow, not enough revenue or income, and their life isn't where where they want it to be. And where they want to get it to and what they talk about is, they want increased revenue, increased lead flow, increased income, and just an overall better life. But where the real good salespeople come from, right? Where we separate the great from the good, is focusing in on the emotional situation and the destination of the 6 emotional states that we talked about earlier. So really what we want to dive into if we talk about the 6 different states is we have, right, uncertainty, right? They're in a place of uncertainty, the lack of significance. Maybe, they don't feel like they're the actual provider at home, but they want to be to that point, right? The lack of love and connection. Maybe their wife and family aren't truly connected with them because they're just super stressed at work. Lack of growth, right? Exactly where he was a year ago. And so instead of actually growing, they're stagnant, they're staying in place. And then also lack of contribution of they're passionate about what they do, but they aren't in a place where they're helping the clients that they want to, right? So for you to make the sale and to make it almost inevitable that they trust you as the person that's going to help them from point A to point B, right? Current to desired situation, is painting the picture of your product, right? Your thing or product or thing is the thing that's going to help them bridge that gap into certainty, right? They're certain that they know exactly where their next meal is coming from, their next closing is coming from, or they know that they have a ton of leads coming in, right? They have significance of their peers actually look up to them because they're just crushing it within business, right? And they're always asking them, hey, can you coach me and show me exactly what you're doing, right? They feel significant. They also have a better love and connection, right? Their family loves and appreciates all the hard work that they put into to then help them achieve the end goal, right? Their growth, they're breaking new records, they're getting accomplishments, they're having, again, other people coming to them, ask them for what they're doing. And then also contribution is they're making more impact. They're getting more case studies, right? They're helping more people and ultimately fulfilling their purpose in life. So I'll reiterate this one more time. If you can show them that you or your product is the thing that's going to get them from point A to point B, you're going to make the sale, or at least help them understand that you are the right thing to help them get to their desired outcome. Now, before we move to the next part, I want to relabel these 2 parts here, and we want to switch the current and desired situation into 2 parts. We want to call this side Hell Island and Heaven Island. Because if we can paint the picture between those 2, the next diagram will break it down a lot easier. So speaking of Heaven and Hell Island, I put together this really elementary drawing to hopefully demonstrate exactly what your job is on the sales call. I'm not going to take credit for this. This is actually Travis Sago who put this together, and it was in one of his books that I read that it kind of broke down this whole concept. But really, I want you guys to write this down. There's only 2 main things that you're trying to do on the call, right? There's 2 main goals of the call. Number 1 is figure out if and how you can help the prospect, and the way that you do that is really digging into current versus desired situation and seeing if you can actually help them. And number 2 is to eliminate any objections before the close, and that's how you're going to do it, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that here. So what we have is we have Hell Island versus Heaven Island, and the easiest way to explain it is they're here and they want to get to here. Now, all these little lines here, outside of this one right here, right, your solution, what you're trying to help the prospect understand is that your thing and the solution, we talked about it a second ago, but your thing is the thing that's going to help them get from Hell Island into Heaven Island, okay? And all these other little things here, right? Let's say this one and these kind of short ones, these are all other options, right? Whether it's doing it themselves, they're working with your competitor, right? If you can paint the picture that doing all these other things is going to inevitably lead to a dead end. And there is even some options where, they might follow one of these paths and it's going to take them 3 years to achieve the desired outcome, as opposed to using your solution and getting there in just a couple of months. So if you can paint that picture that your solution, I know I keep saying this, but repetition is really one of the best ways that you can grow and that you can learn, is your solution needs to be the quickest and most efficient way in getting there. The other thing that you need to do is handle all of the objections, right? We call it harpooning the sharks, is on the way to showing them that yours is the right option, is you have to handle these different objections. We'll create other videos of exactly how to handle specific objections, but really that's the idea, is you just want to understand that, okay, I know there's going to be objections coming up, whether it's, I don't have enough money, or I tried this before, or, I need to talk to my spouse or my partner. More important is just understanding that there are going to be those sharks in the water, and just look out for them. So now that you understand 3 of the most important concepts when it comes to remote closing and high ticket sales, I want you to start implementing. So check out the video on screen. It's going to bring you over to a training video that breaks down step by step exactly how to get your first remote closing gig that can pay anywhere from $10,000, $20,000, even $30,000 a month. Go check it out.